Mario Sunshine is a game ripe with glitches, yet compared to its older brother Mario 64, its speedrun wasn't nearly as broken. Even with a few major skips, you were still required to complete episode 7 in each world in order to unlock Corona Mountain, the final level, which took well over an hour. This has been the case since Sunshine's release. That is, until now, because a massive glitch discovery has just changed the game forever. In fact, it's now possible to beat the game in under 10 minutes. Since this glitch was implemented into a new route earlier this month, the any percent world record is now a third of what it was beforehand, seemingly out of nowhere. So what is this glitch, and how does it work? Well, it all started as most big glitch discoveries go, small and seemingly inconsequential. On April 7th, 2020, longtime Sunshine speedrunner Nokidoki was playing around with a glitch that was known to crash the game. When Mario collects a shine sprite, you begin the Shine Get cutscene and then it ends, taking you out of the level back to Delfino Plaza. However, you can initiate the Shine Get cutscene during another cutscene, such as a blue coin appearing after spraying a shape graffiti. This is known as cutscene underflow, and it usually crashes the game. But Nokidoki found out that that isn't always the case. He had taken a deep look into cutscene underflow and figured out what exactly caused it to crash and how to prevent the crash from happening. Bear with me, folks. Things are about to get a bit technical, but I'll do my best to make it understandable. In Mario Sunshine, the game can store up to 8 active cutscenes at a time, stored in 8 slots of memory, cycling from 0 to 7. The game uses these slot values to determine 2 values: last cutscene started, which increases by 1 when a cutscene begins, and last cutscene ended, which increases by 1 when that same cutscene ends. After it reaches slot 7, it rolls back to overwrite slot 0. Normally, these 2 values will remain the same. If they are different, the game is in cutscene mode, and the slots are played in order until the values are equal once more. However, Shine Get cutscenes start a special Shine Get mode, which sets up the music, graphics, and fade out associated with that cutscene before the cutscene mode starts. Interrupting the Shine Get cutscene with another cutscene not only causes a desync, but cutscene mode is started instead of the special Shine Get mode. This is where things get a little weird. The game then plays every active cutscene, including the Shine Get cutscene without its effects, before finally starting Shine Get mode. The end of Shine Get mode forces cutscene mode, resulting in an extra cutscene playing, even when there are no active cutscenes left to play, creating the underflow. This quirk leads to more cutscenes ending than the amount of cutscenes started. Since the last cutscene ended value is now greater than last cutscene started, the game will replay the cutscenes stored in the 7 slots until the values are equal again. But in regular play, you're not likely to fill up all 8 cutscene slots, as it only stores cutscenes from the area you are currently in. Cutscenes from a previous area can be stored from when exiting out or a game over, as long as an episode selection, FMVs, and the title screen are not viewed. These actions overwrite these slots with garbage data, which, when replayed, is likely to crash the game. If the slots are filled with real cutscene data, however, a crash is prevented, resulting in a cutscene underflow. In addition, every area transition resets last started/ended cutscene values back to the first slot without necessarily overwriting any slots. This is a pretty neat look into how cutscenes operate in Mario Sunshine, but on its own, it doesn't seem like the mother of all glitch discoveries, as you're just replaying cutscene data. Most cutscene slots merely store predetermined camera movement for that specific cutscene. Nothing game-breaking. Except for one. One specific cutscene type contains an extra piece of code that led to the final frontier for any speedrun game: arbitrary code execution. But first, a word from today's sponsor, HelloFresh. With summer in the rearview mirror and busy days ahead, we're all craving wholesome meals that can save us time and money. With fully customizable boxes to fit your preferences and pre-portioned ingredients, HelloFresh has something for everyone, and so you only have to pay for what you need. HelloFresh offers an amazing variety of meal options to fit your wellness journey needs. With over 50 dinner options and several market items to choose from, you'll have plenty of choices that suit any healthy lifestyle. Plus, start your day right this school year with free breakfast for life. Get one free breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. That's right, HelloFresh acknowledges that breakfast is not only the best, but also the most important meal of the day. In fact, they're giving all subscribers free breakfast for life. That means you'll enjoy a totally free breakfast item with every single HelloFresh delivery. Click the link in the description or use my code and get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active if you're in the US. Outside the US, the local discount will apply. By clicking my link and subscribing to HelloFresh, your support allows me to keep the channel running and upload more often. Arbitrary code execution, or ACE, is an exploit that has the power to do more than just glitch out the Shine Get cutscene. It is the ultimate endgame for any percent speedruns across several games, as it is the ability to write and execute custom code from within vanilla gameplay. ACE completely destroys any percent speedruns in several games, as you could essentially reprogram the game so you can, let's say, reach the final boss earlier, or skip the final boss and warp straight to the credits. So ideally, an ACE speedrun of Mario Sunshine would aim to program a faster way to the final Bowser fight rather than complete episode 7 in each world. But it's easier said than done. Cutscene underflow is merely one piece of the ACE puzzle. Another piece of the puzzle is that one specific type of cutscene that's different from the rest, the Shine Spawn. These Shine Spawn cutscenes, when occupying in an active cutscene slot, don't just record the camera movement, but while the cutscene is running, an additional function that spawns the shine and also freezes time during the Shine Spawn plays, and is stored in a memory address within the slot. This memory address has a pointer, which points to what specific shine is supposed to spawn. This is also stored in the cutscene slot. To better understand this, let's borrow a classic analogy. Imagine a bus that departs every 21 frames. Oh, wait, sorry, not that one. We aren't talking about frame rules. This is ACE, and Glitches and Stuff came up with a great analogy for that. Imagine a treasure hunter observing a map, where X marks the spot. The Shine Spawn function is the treasure hunter, and the map is the pointer, directing the treasure hunter to the location of the treasure, a specific piece in memory where the shine sprite tied to that cutscene is stored. All of this is stored in a cutscene slot. If you spawn the shine and exit the level, which doesn't clear the cutscene slots, the Shine Spawn function and pointer are still stored. Except there's one thing that unloads from memory, the shine sprite. Uh-oh. Suddenly, if we take another look at the treasure map, the treasure location has seemingly vanished. This is a classic case of use after free, a dangling pointer effect where the pointer is directing the Shine Spawn function to a free space in memory. This pointer can be manipulated to point at a completely different part of memory. It's like if the entire landscape on your treasure map completely changed, bringing you to a completely different location than where the treasure is actually located. You've likely seen examples of use after free in the form of cloning in Mario 64 or SRM in Ocarina of Time. The same concept applies here to an extent. Now, when the Shine Spawn cutscene is replayed via cutscene underflow, the Shine Spawn function will point to a new memory address, such as the Z-coordinate of a water droplet from a water barrel explosion. The value stored in this new memory address is then interpreted as an executable code in a completely different context. Using Nokidoki's May 2020 proof of concept video, it's like if the treasure map now leads the treasure hunter to a new location where instead of finding a shine sprite, they find an instruction that states, execute the float Z coordinate of this water droplet as arbitrary code. And when cutscene underflow is performed, that previous eel shine spawn cutscene is replayed, now pointing to that water droplet coordinate, which the game now interprets as setting the Bowser fight as the next area instead of Delfino Plaza, as well as instructions to resume normal play and preventing a crash. This was hands down one of the biggest discoveries the game had ever seen. However, there was a bit of a problem. This demonstration video used hacked values for the water droplet as a means to show the proof of concept. At this point, Ace had yet to be fully understood. The blueprint was laid out, but now it was time to find a setup viable for a TAS. A tool-assisted speedrun, or TAS, is a theoretically possible speedrun created using an emulator and their supported tools, such as save states, frame advance, and Lua scripts. TASers use these tools, as well as their background knowledge of the game, to painstakingly craft a theoretically perfect speedrun. These take a lot of research and work to make, especially an Ace TAS. In fact, it took until December 2021, a year and a half after the discovery of Ace, for Noki Doki to create a full game TAS that used it, albeit as a LOTAD, a low optimization tool assisted demonstration that isn't as refined as a proper TAS. This LOTAD cleared the game in 34 minutes and was conceptually similar to the hacked demonstration from May 2020. The LOTAD collected 20 shines to unlock Noki Bay and plays up to episode 4, the eel fight. Here, Mario gets eaten by the eel 3 times in order to fill up the first 3 cutscene slots so that the shine spawn cutscene is stored in slot 4. After the shine spawns, the LOTAD intentionally game overs in order to return to the last save, which was when Delfino Plaza is in an earlier state, without clearing the cutscene slots. From here, the LOTAD uses a non-hacked setup for Ace, involving a precise sidestep and spray, and then the shine spawn pointer then points to the coordinate of that of a splash effect, which corresponds to the spin buffer, a place in memory that records analog stick inputs over the previous 10 frames, including inputs for every quarter of a frame. Those inputs, right before activating cutscene underflow, are then interpreted as code that warps Mario straight to the Bowser fight. I know I glossed over a bit of details, but this is just to show that Sunshine's first Ace tool-assisted demonstration managed to beat the game much faster than the world record, yet still had a lot of unexplored potential. There had to be a more efficient setup somewhere, but after the LOTAD was published, Noki Doki got sidetracked with other responsibilities and regular speedrunning, and it would be a couple years until a proper Ace TAS would be made. Fast forward to February 24th, 2024, when a proper Mario Sunshine Ace TAS was finally finished. This was the labor of 2 prominent Japanese TASers, Zelpiku Kirby and Sue, a TAS that cleared the game via Ace in under 10 minutes, from power on to final input. Here's how it was done. The first 7 minutes consists of the airstrip and the long opening and courtroom cutscenes with a bit of some TAS swag, but otherwise fairly standard. Upon spawning in Delfino Plaza, Mario then defeats the polluted piranha plant in the town square and guns down Shadow Mario. From here, it's time to fill up some cutscene slots. The first by spraying the statue X graffiti to spawn a blue coin. Second, by watching Shadow Mario paint the M to Bianco Hills. Third, by spraying the X graffiti again, and fourth, the shine spawn cutscene for cleaning the right bell just after rescuing Peach from Shadow Mario. After that shine spawns, Mario clips past the turbo gate to collect that shine, filling the first cutscene slot since this results in an area transition. The pointer from the right bell shine spawn is now pointing to a completely different spot in memory. Then, Mario collects his third and final shine of the TAS by clipping through the roof instead of paying the chuckster, filling the second slot and putting Delfino Plaza in the polluted piranha over Rico Harbor state. This is important as the different states of Delfino Plaza itself are arranged differently in memory from one another. Therefore, the value of the right bell shine spawn cutscene when Peach is kidnapped is the same as the value as the turbo gate when it's on screen when the polluted piranha for Rico Harbor unlock is there. To put it simply, our treasure map now leads us to that turbo gate, and at that spot, the treasure hunter finds an instruction: change this value to the controller inputs from controllers 1 through 4. Then, when cutscene underflow is activated via the blue coin graffiti cutscene while collecting that turbo gate shine again, the inputs from all 4 controllers are interpreted as code. This code also interrupts cutscene mode to prevent garbage data from the unused slots, so that you didn't need to fill all 8 slots. Finally, the code plays the ending sequence after Bowser's defeat, showing that with Ace, Mario Sunshine can theoretically be beaten in under 10 minutes. Thanks to various discoveries from Noki Doki, Orange, Sue, and others, the true potential of Ace in Mario Sunshine became fully realized. This technical accomplishment inspired Sue, Orange, and other members of the Japanese community to find a viable real-time method for Ace. On September 9th, 2024, Orange would become the first player to beat Mario Sunshine in under an hour using Ace. The RTA setup is not nearly as fast as the TAS, requiring lots of precise movements, angles, and pause buffers to set up Ace to unlock Corona Mountain early. As of the making of this video, the Ace world record sits at 23 minutes 14 seconds by Ouija. Although with fewer mistakes and further research into faster setups, I wouldn't be surprised if the record drops even lower. If you're not the biggest fan of watching Ace, fear not. No Ace runs are here to stay, and will remain the default subcategory for the leaderboards. There are also no plans to allow Ace subcategories in any other category aside from any percent. Special shoutouts to Noki Doki for assisting with this video script. Without his help, this video might not have been possible. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to shoot for the moon.